Joining me now is Professor of Science at Harvard University and a speaker at the Contact in the Desert Conference, Dr. Avi Loeb. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So first, let's get to this. I'm sure this isn't your first time attending the conference. So tell us what it's like to have thousands of people gather, all sharing the same passion and maybe kind of seeing some of the same things in the sky. What's it like?
Well, it's a lot of fun because there is more and more data that something is happening that we don't fully understand, because the intelligence and the military agencies are telling us that there is something out there. So it's not just private citizens. And the real question is whether it's equipment from adversarial nations or maybe something else from another star. And the way to figure it out is to get more data, better data, not to wait for the government to tell us, but to actually figure out, because the sky is not classified. I actually briefed Congress on May 1st, 2025 about this matter, and I thought that actually investing $1 billion in figuring out the answer would be worthwhile, because if we develop new machine learning software and sensors that would help us figure it out, then even if we don't find anything extraterrestrial, it would be of benefit to the Department of Defense.
And what was the feedback on that, by the way? Did you get any answers on that?
I think many people liked it. The Congress people liked it. Whether it will translate into action in the defense budget remains to be seen. There is also an amendment to the defense bill that was actually promoted a couple of years ago, and we shall see if that comes forward this year as well. Altogether, I think there is no doubt that something unusual is happening, and it's really a matter either of national security or perhaps the most important discovery in science ever. So getting a Nobel Prize for the discovery, if it's extraterrestrial, is just the icing on the cake. It's really important to figure out whether these are human-made because of national security.
Absolutely. And I'm just curious, are there any new phenomenons that you're excited to talk to researchers more about? I mean, what's kind of the newest thing that you guys are discussing?
Yeah, so from my end, we have an observatory at Harvard University that over the past year detected 1 million objects, and less than a few % of them are outliers. We still have to figure them out. We're now developing a method to infer distances so we can really tell if their performance is outside the envelopes of human-made technologies. And we are building 2 additional observatories, one in Pennsylvania and the other one in Nevada. So 2025 will be exciting. I'm also hoping to have an expedition to the Pacific Ocean to retrieve materials from the wreckage of an interstellar meteor. And finally, there would be the Rubin Observatory in Chile that could find many more objects near Earth, some of which might be technological.
Wow, that is so interesting. I mean, we're all fascinated by this. And one of the things that has really struck most of us is just how fast you spot something. And it feels like anytime somebody gets a camera on something in the sky, they take off very quickly and just vanish. That has been your experience as well?
Well, I heard reports, and it's really very intriguing. That's why we're building 3 observatories so we can get more data. So it will become impossible to deny, impossible to shove the anomalies under the carpet. And hopefully in the coming year, we'll get more of it. So eventually, we'll figure it out. It's just like a detective story.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious if you can share with us. Obviously, you've done so much research. I know that a lot of it is scientific based, but if you could just tell us what you think some of these drones, some of these objects are. Do you have a gut feeling?
Well, it's a mixed bag for sure. There are many human-made objects, and some of them are civilian, some of them are military. But the question is, even if 1 in a million of these objects is of extraterrestrial origin, it would be the biggest discovery in science ever.
Right.
And if the government has any evidence, materials, information, data, I think they should share it with scientists like myself so we can help them figure it out.
All right, we've got to leave it right there, and we can't wait to hear what happens next. Thank you so much, Dr. Avi Loeb. Appreciate your time, and good luck at the conference. Appreciate it. Up next.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.